What's up guys, Brian here. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of all the Apex Legends characters. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and like this. I kind of messed up. But if you're new, you can like this kind of material, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We do a lot of cool, interesting things around here. Alright, now let's get started. Coming up in first place, that's right, first place, fuck everybody. So we got Valkyrie, my main. Valkyrie is definitely an S tier character. SS if I could give her an SS. She's just so useful, guys. When it comes to her ability to get in and out of fights, levels, elevations, sneak around people, fly out of zones, drink beer, and have sex with the hottest character in the Outlands. She's just your average cool lesbian that everyone aspires to be. And her voice is god-awful sexy and arousing if you are a man. I don't personally fantasize about Valkyrie, but I'm sure there are people out there that do. Alright, coming in second place. Not really because it's second place. Next, we got super sexy Loba. Loba. Loba is S tier. S for sexy. Now, she's just not just up here because of her good looks. And I found the most PG picture I could have for Loba. She's useful in the field, but the way Loba just talks to you, you wish it was really you. Sometimes I look at my TV a little longer. Sometimes I click her just to hear her voice. Loba is so attractive that even if she didn't have set skills, I would play with her. I would main her. SS for super sexy. Loba is just sexy. Loba is just Apex God's gift to the Outlands. And don't forget the juicy drama she originally had with the talking trash can. And also her strange love triangle with Bangalore. And currently Valkyrie. Loba is Loba. S tier. Coming in next, Bangalore. Bangalore is so dope and so tough that even if she punched me in the face, I wouldn't say anything. Bangalore is the only character that has not received a buff since like season 0. And she's so dope and useful and hardcore that she hasn't even needed it. Even though it would be nice for her mains. Bangalore's smoke ability, her ult, all great. And when she says,
"This isn't a costume, it's a uniform. It's who I am, and you will respect it."
I instantly creamed out of the pores of my palms. That's heavy strap-on energy, and I feel really submissive and breathable once I hear Bang say that. Overall, S tier. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Mirage. Mirage is an A tier character, and due to his flamboyant and charismatic nature, he really does push the boundaries of S tier, except unless you are godlike, his abilities aren't that... However, even then, his use of hologram technology, shooting decoys, controlling them, bamboozling people, and calling himself handsome everywhere he goes is the utmost useful, and I've seen many cases where Mirage 1v3s a squad using his ultimate. In fact, Mirage is the only character that I have seen carry out more 1v3s or escapes with banners because of his ultimate. In my case, in my perspective, Mirage is A tier. Right alongside Mirage, we're going to have Wraith. Wraith is known to be sweaty, try-hard, and even when 65% of her beholders are cannon beans, the expectation of a Wraith-skilled character is something you still come across when facing a battle one-on-one against a Wraith. They are either good or they are buns. Either way, they will definitely try hard and fail. And if they do, they'll quit the game and then possibly yell at their grandma for not buying another can of yams. Wraith has the ability to phase, where she goes invisible for a few seconds, which every player uses instantly the second they rush first and get hit by one shot. And she can use portals too. Wraith is cool. There's a lot that goes into being a Wraith main, probably a lot of therapy. Overall, she's wicked, she's elite, A tier. Up next, we're going to place Fuse at the B tier character area. This may throw many out of the loop, but aside from cigarettes and booze, Fusey is a handy character. He's grown his ranks from being left as a D tier or Z tier character to B. At the beginning, I feel like a lot of people didn't like the bloke, but now we've grown to love Fuse. And his grenade thermite launch proves to be very useful getting people out of cover, only to blast them with another one. His ult could use something more, but overall, if you're a good player, you can find use for Fusey. Coming up right alongside Fusey, we have super sexy, cute, adorable Wattson. Wattson is hands down one of my favorites, and I believe among the Apex community, she's also loved as a favorite. From her cute demeanor to klutzy autistic jokes, Wattson is the most beloved disabled character to come to the Outlands. We love the fact she carries the Loch Ness plushie monster with her, which should have been her heirloom, but hey, we're not devs. Wattson is also queen defense. I don't know about you, but a clever player can even use her fences as an attack, shocking people as the fences go up and allowing Wattson to hone in and send them to heaven. Alright, coming in at number, I don't fucking know, another character that belongs in this B rank, I'd say, is Gibraltar, the fortified fat person. Simply because his shield, his shield, he's one of those foundational characters that you could use no matter what. Throw shield, make it rain. Usually it's hard for the average guy to push a Gibby in his own shield. And don't even try and make the counter argument, oh, Maggie's not dead, this or that. Literally, it's garb. And you have to be to sit there and take it. So, congratulations, Gibby mains. You're not left behind. Okay, so it looks like the B tier is going to be a little stacked up here. We got some studs. Okay, so another B tier character we're going to have, Crypto, actually. Normally, Crypto would be at the bottom of the tier list or forgotten, but lately has gained some perks that make him useful in skills, quick revives, etc. Allow him to be a serious asset to his team, especially if the person playing him is in buns. All right, to start us off on C tier, we got our main man, woman, person, non-binary, cisgender, all genders. Favorite bloodhound. Okay, so this one's going to cause a lot of controversy, but let's all be serious with ourselves. The need/the fear that bloodhound used to instill to vet players is gone. First off, a lot of them suck, so they never use their scan when they should. Second, you scan me, I'm literally moving where I'm at and then just coming back. We kind of know the psychology behind bloodhound mains at this point, so it's not that scary. It's more or less, scan me, bitch, scan me. We're so uptight and mad as fuck at the laggy servers that when this poor bloodhound actually scans degenerate Apex players, we take this as an insult and invite his team to rush us like, oh, you want to rush me, little bitch? Come here. And what happens is we end up anally abusing the bloodhound and his team, not even because of our skill, mostly because at this point it's disrespectful. C tier. Another man that belongs in C tier, if not D, is our mic guy, Caustic. Big Daddy Caustic. Caustic used to run destruction and his gas traps were the ish. But we have many characters that fly or scout ahead. And it's just no use when you're not even on the ground. Still useful to fight in the gas, but it's just not the same since they buffed him, then nerfed him, then buffed, nerfed. Basically, he's a test rat himself for developers. Face it, if you see a Caustic 1v1, it's not that heavy. C tier. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Starting us off on D tier. Not in any certain order. It's not like the beginning of the list makes you any better. Lifeline. Lifeline, unfortunately, has learned to be disrespected because her mains have notoriously gained the reputation for literally doing the exact opposite that their character is designed to do. I can't even recall a time when you didn't have to use a syringe or even saw a Lifeline slap out her drone. Don't give her the gold bag. Just keep it to yourself. She's probably going to die first anyway. Why? I have no idea. For some reason, they think they are Mirage and fight in the very front till they realize there is no escape. Then, I'm down. Then you know you're probably screwed. Right next to our Lady Love Lifeline to keep her company on D tier is our good old buddy Pathfinder. I don't think there is really anything useful about Pathfinder anymore. His grapples, yeah, but frankly, I can't recall a time where you could say, wow, man, we were really trying to get to a destination, but this Pathfinder just had us on lock. We couldn't get past him. Like, I don't know, that just sounds weird. I'll say, in previous seasons, he was something to use and even a force to reckon with, but most mains now probably just play him because they degenerately maxed out their stats on Pathfinder since Season 0, so now that he's a trash can in the sky, they have no choice but to continue using the patter. The only thing A tier about Pathfinders is quips. D tier. I'm already pretty sick of these D tier ranks, so I think it's fair to compare my sickness and disgust to Maggot Maggie. Frankly, she's garbs, buns, cottage cheese. If you ask anyone, the best thing about her was her cinematic. They gave us a bad ass in the cinematic, only to realize her gameplay was bad ass. Like a smelly donkey ass. The odds of her ultimate touching you, almost little to none. Plus, usually we're using the orbs against her. Second, tactical, I mean, come on. Refer to the Gibby Shield example. Essentially, she played herself. Mark me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. D tier. Wow, another D tier. This is going to cause controversy as well. Horizon. Horizon is one of those ball players that has a wreck on debut day, then falls into the lines of coke, meth, cheap whiskey, and prostitutes. This saddens me to say because I was one of the OG Horizon players, and she was my dedicated main. A true force to reckon with. But, as all good things must come to an end, the developers ruined her for us. Now, basically, Horizon is just another target in the air because she's stiff to move in the sky. It's not like when she first dropped, nor is it anything compared to Valkyrie's ability to be limber and move about freely in the air. The tact is the same thing for the Horizon as it is to other players. It's honestly really sad to see, and the ult, well, you can't even get to the ult if you're already dead. Something about Horizon just became easier to kill. Truly saddens me. My heart. D tier. There is 2 other characters that I failed to mention. I missed Octane and Rampart. Now, before you say D tier for Rampart, let's just go back and start with Octane. I'm going to bamboozle you here, but B tier. Octane is one of those characters your little brother plays, and even though he's never played with anyone else, he's like, oh yeah, he's the best. Although I don't play with Octane, he is very useful. Great for aggressive players, great for getaways, very smooth player to play with. His ult comes back way faster than my father ever did, and if you see an Octane with that red devil skin, chances are he's going to fry you. If you hit someone already, broke a shield, you will be able to close the gap on them with an Octane. No one's outrunning an Octane, once again, unless you are Valkyrie and you can cut that corner and ult out or elevate to where dude can't catch you and then ult out. It's pretty hard to get away from this little bean. Okay, finally, Rampart. Normally D, but I recently got some serious gameplay with her, and since her turret has changed, and maybe some dynamics of how freely the character feels, she's definitely gained some up from her previous levels. I would have probably forgot about Rampart, but she definitely has that S tier personality, S tier emotes, and we're going to rank her C tier. Something in my heart really wants me to give her that B tier, but it's just not there. I don't know, maybe she will surprise us all in the coming weeks. Love you, Rampart. Now give me a big kiss on the forehead. Alright guys, now I know what you're thinking. Maybe my main character's just not on there. And he's not on here, that's probably because he doesn't belong on the tier list. He belongs in a garbage can. Revenant. Love him to death when he dropped. He probably had one of, if not the coolest cinematics, presentations, etc. But after a few seasons, I don't know what happened. When have you seen the Revenant anymore? Really sad, but definitely not one of those top tier characters. We're going to give Revenant, you don't belong in the Apex Games tier. So there you have it, folks, your top tier list for the Apex Legends characters of Apex Games. If you agree with this list, give it a like. If you disagree, dislike, I don't give a shit. Comment below what you think, what your top tier characters are. If any of these match up for you and you're like, yo, holy shit, that makes a lot of sense, well then that's really cool for me and that's really cool for you. Above all, like this video, subscribe, and let's get this fucking party going.